Now you can start.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Myself, Varshita. I'm from the Web Developer Group. The topic of today's presentation is real-time stock market data web application, and the task is overview of the project synopsis. The overview. Firstly, we look at the introduction, and then the steps, and then the conclusion, and the references used to complete the task. Introduction. What is real-time stock market data web application? Constantly changing. So the stock market data, such as its prices, change every instant of time. Real-time stock market data is the data at that particular instant of time. So real-time stock market data web application is a web-based application that provides investors with real-time information and data about the stock market. It displays data such as stock prices, volume, market trends, and other relevant data. Here are a few reasons to use the web application. Firstly, it provides timely information, that is the real-time information. Then research and analysis. The web application is integrated with tools that can help in research and analysis. It has historical time charts and technical indicators. Users can use these tools and perform the technical analysis, and then track the patterns and make predictions based on the real-time data. News and information. The web application is integrated with News API, so it provides news updates relevant to the stock market, because the stock market prices are affected by the news. Accessibility and convenience. The web application is accessible from anywhere and at any time, as long as internet connection is available. It also provides a user-friendly interface, making it convenient for users. The steps. The first step is to define the requirements or the key features of the web application. The key features of web application are real-time stock market data, that is the live data, user authentication and security. This feature ensures that the user data is protected, easy to understand format. The stock market data is displayed in a form of easy to understand format like charts and tables. Responsive design. The web application is responsive, which means it can adapt to different devices and screens of different sizes. Next step is to choose a suitable technology stack. The technologies that will be involved are for front-end, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React.js. For back-end, Node.js, Express.js, and MongoDB. And the APIs that will be used are Alpha Vantage API and News API. Alpha Vantage API will take care of the stock market data. News API will bring the relevant news updates to the user. The next step is to implement user authentication and security measures. And the next step is to integrate with a reliable stock market data API to fetch real-time data. This step connects the web application to an external API, which allows the displaying the real-time data on our web application. So this is how it works. The web application sends HTTP request to stock market data API, which processes the request and responds in the form of JSON data, which is received by web application's backend, which then processes the data so that it's ready for consumption by the front end. And then the web application's front end receives the processed data and uses it to populate the user interface components such as charts and tables. The next step is to design and develop the front-end components to display the data. This involves creating HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The next step is to test, debug, and deploy the application. This involves testing if the web application is functioning as expected, debugging if there are any issues to be fixed, finally deploying the application, which means making the web application accessible to the users. In conclusion, real-time stock market data web application is an invaluable addition to any investor's toolkit. It harnesses the power of modern web technologies such as React.js, Node.js, and MongoDB, making it easy for investors to track their investments. It is a must-have resource for investors looking to make informed decisions, and it can help you navigate the complexities of the stock market. These were the references used to complete the task. And that's it from my end. Thank you for your attention. Please feel free to ask any questions.
I hope that you are done with your presentation.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, the presentation was much better from last time, I would say. The story got better. Okay, you worked on your story. I can see that it was step by step process. Everything was well, everything was covered, I would say. But you need to work on your hook. You need to work on your explanation skills. Okay, it was mostly just reading from the slides, but it can be improved, right? So we need more in-depth explanation on your topics. So try to be more specific when you are like speaking about a topic, even if it is front end, back end, or the entire methodology. Try to be more specific. Try to be more in depth about it. Now, coming to your PPT was really well made, I would say. Formatting was good, content was also good. You have Q&A slides. Ending was also, it was okay, but it can improve. Okay, the conclusion can improve. And in the end slide, it would be good if you can add your email. So instead of just saying if you have any question, you can ask me. You can say if you have any further question, you can also contact me on this email, right? So if anyone has any follow-up question, let us say someone not able to join the meeting, then if they are watching this presentation later, then they can reach out to you, right? Yeah, so you can do that. Other than that, I would say it was just fine. PPT was really well made in this one. Okay, so give up with the PPT. Okay, you can stop.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Varshita. Okay, yeah, I have noted your overview of project synopsis. Yeah. So Snehal Mane, sir, today is my presentation, but there is electricity was. Okay, you can wait, and if your electricity get issue get resolved, you can message me. I can take your presentation. Else, you have to give it on Tuesday. Okay, so is there anyone else for the presentation? So let's see. Manish, you have presentation today?
No, sir, actually. I just wanted to ask one question.
Yeah, you can ask
That's
one.
uh, 1 minute, sir. Uh, yes, good evening, sir. Actually, my task is future location prediction, as you know, and I haven't received the data set till today 5 p.m. So actually, I
You
mailed
have
the admin.
you must have you should have received it.
No, so actually I've received, actually mailed by 4 p.m. and I received the dataset by 5 p.m. So actually my task deadline was today, but
Okay,
I didn't able to do.
do one thing. I think technical support charge will be offline. So on Tuesday, you can let them know to extend your deadline. Or if it is you are able to complete it by next week,
So
you can give the
yeah,
presentation on Tuesday.
so actually it is possible that I could be able to give the presentation by Tuesday.
Yeah, then it is fine.
Uh, so where do I have to tell that I have to reschedule schedule the
No, no, if you
presentation?
can do it on Tuesday, then it is fine.
Okay, sir.
Okay? Yeah.
Yes.
If you are not able to give the presentation on Tuesday, then on Monday in technical support chat, you can let them know. Okay.
Okay, fine. Thank you, sir.
Yes, Nehal. Yeah. Snehal Mane, now we can shoot you. You have raised your hand.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Hello.
Yeah, you're audible.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Do you want to give a presentation, Snehal?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just can you wait for a minute? Yeah, Saurabh.
Okay, sir.
Right. So actually, someone joined my meeting, and then I was calling out their name, but I guess they were not I was not audible, so they left the meeting. I guess it was Avshika.
Yeah, sure. Shika, you can join Saurabh's meeting for your presentation also. Avshika, you can do one thing, join Soros missing if you have presentation. Snehal, you can give your presentation in mind. Okay. Avshika, someone will take your presentation. Yes, Snehal, you can start now.
So good evening, everyone here present here. My project name is Software Application, and my task is to read CSV historical data of the stock market in Java. And my group is Java Developers Group. Here is the table of content: introduction, task description, demonstration, code description, and then last conclusion. So here is the introduction, that what is CSV? CSV is a comma separated value. It is a simple file format used to store the tabular data. It is used in various applications to read the data, and it presents the row of the each row of the data, and the columns are separated by the commas. And if we have to read the CSV file using Java, we will use some of the packages like IO, java.io, java.util packages. So for the, we will see some simple approaches, that is import the necessary classes. We will import some necessary classes, and we will use some of the libraries like buffer reader to read the CSV file line by line. So here is my task description. To read the CSV file using Java, I have to use the libraries for it, such as java.io and java.util. I have used java.io, and to read the data, then process it, such as performing the calculations and other things. And next is parsing the CSV file, store it in a memory-based data structure, that is arrays or arrays and lists. We will use the exception handling. It means if we have any of these exceptions in our code, such as we don't find the file of our CSV, so this exception will be handled by this exception handling thing. Then we will optimize the code and identify the bugs. So here is my task description, and here is my demonstration. I will show you. Here is the stock market data. It contains the 1700 entries here. We can see that the columns are separated by the commas, and the rows are here line by line. So let's move towards the code for implementation. Here is my code. We can see that I have included many of the packages, such as buffer reader, file reader, IO exception, array list, and list. For all this, I have
Snehal,
used the try
sorry
catch
to
method.
disturb, but your code is not visible.
Yes, sir.
Your code file is not visible. I think you are showing a different screen.
Okay, sir. So let me see. Is it visible now, sir? Hello.
Yeah, now it is visible.
So here is my code. I have used many packages like buffer reader, file reader, IO exception, and all of this. And I have used many of the contains, like I have used the data entry class for data entry for a single entry of the data, and I have used the calculations here. I have calculated the stock market data. I have we will see that here is the total volume, here is the average open price. We will see this in our output. So let me show you the output of this code. So is it visible?
Output is visible.
Okay, sir. So here are the many entries. These are 1700 entries. So it will take time to get into the terminal. There are many entries here. This all are listed here. We can see that, and in the CSV file, it was only in the form of commas. and rows by line by line. Here we can see that date, open price, high price, low price, all these columns are listed below according to its dates. And we can see in this last that we have total volume of the whole stock and the average open price of the whole stock. So here, this was my demonstration here. Now let's come to the presentation part. So description of the code was that in the I have used a CSV file containing the stock market data, parses the data and stores the list of the data in the data entry object. I have created the data entry object there, and it will store the parse data in that. It will calculate the data and the metrics there. And here it has the stock data CSV class that has a parse CSV method, takes the file path as input and returns the list to the data entry object. It uses data is parsed, it will add to the list of that data. Now next is data entry class that I have in the last I have created one of the class that is called data entry. For this it has a private field for data for date, open price, high price, low price, close price and volume columns. Packages are allowing us to read the CSV file. Sorry. So here I have also used a buffer reader and read it line by line, which reads its line by line. Each line can be splitted into the individual values using the comma as a delimiter, allows you to process the data accordingly. This approaches access and utilizes stock data, which helps us to analyze, to visualize, to integrate with our system of application. By using this, the stock market historical data becomes more accessible and more efficient. So this was the reference. I have used this, using the stock overflow website for my errors that I've been facing when I was coding, and Geeks for Geeks website for the references. Any questions, any queries you can ask. So thank you for your attention. And if you have any questions, you can tell me on my contact. Here is my contact here. Thank you.
Okay, so I hope your presentation is done.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, in terms of story, you have improved. It was proper step by step, and everything was like, I would say the content in your PPT was really good, but you need to work on your explanation skills. Okay, when you are explaining, try not to show that you are tracing the words with your mouse. I can literally see your mouse tracing over each word, and you are just reading it. So that is not a good thing. Okay. So just include small points, and you can include simple notes that you can read from your screen. The notes will not be appearing in to your viewers when you are in a presentation mode. So you can try those tricks to, if you are having some difficulty remembering your script, that is okay. But be more smart with it. Okay, so it will be much better. So work on that, work on your presentation skills. Uh, Communication, it was okay, it was good, I would say. Okay, and your ending was really good. You have improved a lot from that, and demo was also good. But I would say when you are giving a demo and you are getting output, right, so it was taking some time. So you were just sitting there. Don't just sit there. When you get the demo, you need to explain what is going on. Try to explain something like what you I can see on the screen. So you can with your mouse you can scroll up, then trace over the words and explain what those words are. like, at the end you explained what those prices are and how they are working. So you can explain while the output is appearing, so that there is like, no where you are just sitting at staring at the screen, right? So work on your project demonstrations. It was good, but you can improve. Okay. And there was some little bit of network issue, but that was negligible. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you can stop the screen share now. Okay, so is there anyone else left for the presentation? Anyone would like to give presentation or have any general queries? You can raise your hand. And then Abhishek Gupta, you have any general queries or presentation?
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Good evening, sir. My name is Abhishek Gupta,
Can
and
you
my
cam on first?
also,
Yeah, now you're using it.
yes,
Yeah. So what is your query?
my internship is in digital marketing. So my task is my screen sharing. Yeah,
Okay, so you have presentation.
yes.
Okay, then you can start the presentation.
My presentation is on Facebook Graph API. Basically, Facebook Graph API is a powerful tool provided by Facebook that allows developer to interact with Facebook platform and retrieve data from it. It acts as an interface between your application and Facebook, enabling you to access and manipulate various types of data such as user profile, posts, photos and videos, and page events and more. And data representation. API presents the data in a structured way using node and edge. Node represents objects like user space or events, while edges represent the connection between these objects such as users, friends, or page posts. And accessing data. To access data through the API, you need to obtain an access token. The token serves as a form of authentication and authorization, allowing your application to make requests and retrieve a specific data based on permission granted. API endpoints. Facebook Graph API provides various endpoints that correspond to different types of data and actions. These endpoints are URLs that you can call to retrieve, create, update, or delete data. You can use the me endpoint to retrieve the user own information and permission. Some data requires a specific permission from the user to access. For example, accessing a user photo may require user photo permission when user interact with your application. And rate limiting. Facebook impose rate limit on API requests to ensure fair usage and protect the stability of their platform. The rate limits specify the number of requests you can make within a certain time period. It's essential to manage and handle rate limiting in your application to avoid disruption. And Facebook Graph API also supports webhooks, which allow your application to receive real-time update about specific events such as when a user comments on post or page information change. Webhook enables you to build real-time application and stay updated and relevant data users. And this is how I use the Facebook API to Meta from developers, and this is my create my token, and I make a account Abhishek Gupta, and this is my ID. And that's all from my side. Thank you.
Are you done, Abhishek?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, I think this is your first presentation.
Yes, sir. Sir. Yeah.
Okay. See, so have you not seen like previous presentation that interns have done, and have you? So you should know that you need to add Q&A slides and proper conclusion, and you need to give proper demonstration. So those things were missing. Okay, so you need to work on them. You had demonstration screenshot, but it was not well explained, but it is included, so you will get marks for those, but you have not explained it. Okay.
सर
Yeah.
बेसिकली सर मुझे जो टास्क मिला था उसमें कुछ रेफरेंसेस ज्यादा नहीं थे और फेसबुक एपीआई के बारे में नेट पे भी कुछ इतना ज्यादा नहीं था, तो बस मेरे को भी उसमें यूट्यूब पे भी सर्च किया तो मुझे उतना ज्यादा कंटेंट नहीं मिल पाया कि मैं इसके बारे में और इसमें डाल सकता हूँ, या फिर मेरे को खुद ही नहीं उतना समझ आया इसके बारे में। बस मुझे एक चीज पता चली कि हाँ एक अकाउंट बना सकते हो, तो वो मैंने स्क्रीनशॉट डाला हुआ है कि मैंने उस पर अकाउंट क्रिएट कर चुका था। तो बस
So
उतना ज्यादा
that is actually your task.
यस
You need to find out, do your research. Okay, so that was the task itself that you have just said. Okay. I would,
सर एक और क्वेश्चन है सर, मेरा इंटर्नशिप कंप्लीट होने वाला है, तो मैंने सारे टास्क कंप्लीट किए बट सम रीजन मैं प्रेजेंटेशन नहीं दे पाया, तो मेरे सारे बने हुए हैं, तो
so you just have to give presentation for all of them, and then you will get score. After getting the score, you will get the certificate.
ओके सर
Okay, so but for this presentation, see, okay, so for Graph API, we have presentation from the previous interns, and they have done really good job. You can watch them to get see how these things are working. But this was not well done, I would say. Okay, but even if we ignore the fact that see the research is not good, but your presentation skills are also not on par. You were just simply reading from most of the slides. Okay, most of the slide you read the title and then you read the content, and that's all. So, and also the most important thing, there was no self introduction. Okay, so whenever you start with a presentation, you start with your self introduction, and then you start with the task introduction, what the task is, what is the aim of the task. Okay, and then you can move on to give a scenario, and then based on that scenario you can continue your overall presentation, and explain the various things that you need to explain, right? And then you need to give a proper conclusion, but conclusion was not proper, I would say. Okay, the demo was, see, it was there, but it was not well explained. You just need to explain what you have done for the demo. You have created API, you just need to explain the process of creating the API, and if it is not possible, then you need to give live demonstration of the project that you have created. Okay, add a Q&A slide, add references slide, what references you have chosen. You said that you have watched some YouTube videos, you have searched on internet, then you need to add the references for those. And at the end, simply instead of just saying thank you, you can add your email and say that if you have further question, you can link me on the email and ask the question. Okay, so this is the format of a presentation that we are expecting, and we have told all the interns. And if you have joined this meeting, you can see that all the interns have followed this format only. So if you have more presentation, I would say work on those presentation. Okay, so try, and you have lot of text, I would say convert your text to points. Make sure that you have only having 3 to 4 points, or let us say at max 5 points in your PPT, and all those points are not taking your entire line. They're only taking half of your presentation, and at the other half make sure you have some kind of visuals or images, because you are from digital market, right? So in digital marketing, everything about what user sees and how well you can present yourself. If you are not able to present yourself, you will not be you will not do really good when it comes to digital marketing. So work on presenting yourself, and I would say see how to self introduce while doing the presentation. That is the really most important thing. So work on those. Other than that, how many tasks have you completed?
सर मैंने सर जितने भी टास्क हैं सब कंप्लीट कर चुका हूँ, बट अभी वापस से न्यू टास्क के लिए असाइन
कितने
करता हूँ।
टास्क कंप्लीट किए?
सर मैंने एक सेकंड देख के बता रहा हूँ।
ओके, सो प्रेजेंटेशन तुम्हारे कितने पेंडिंग है?
एक सेकंड सर, प्रेजेंटेशन तो 3 के ही पेंडिंग है, और 3 या 4 होंगे, और मुझे टोटल 6 टास्क मिले हैं अभी तक।
6 टास्क मिले और तुम्हारे सबके प्रेजेंटेशन पेंडिंग ही है। ठीक है, तुमने कितना तुमने किस किस लिए ज्वाइन किया, डिजिटल मार्केटिंग और फुल स्टैक में भी किया है क्या?
नो सर, वो ड्रॉप कर दिया था मैं, डिजिटल मार्केटिंग
अच्छा, तुमने
कंटिन्यू।
ड्रॉप कर दिया था, तुमने डिजिटल मार्केटिंग कंटिन्यू किया, राइट? तो इस
यस
पर
सर।
भी तो तुम्हारे सारे पेंडिंग ही है। आज तुमने ये वाले टास्क का नाम क्या है? यूजिंग फेसबुक ग्राफ एपीआई
हाँ
एक्सप्लोरर
ये।
टू रिट्रीव इनसाइट, राइट?
यस सर।
ओके,
सर टोटल,
तो सिर्फ यही वाला हुआ।
सर टोटल कितने टास्क आपको शो कर रहे हैं आपके स्क्रीन पे? मेरे को तो मेल आया, तो मुझे एग्जैक्टली नंबर नहीं पता।
सी, मुझे भी देखो पूरे टास्क नहीं शो करेंगे, ठीक है? मुझे सिर्फ वही टास्क शो करेंगे जिसका प्रेजेंटेशन शेड्यूल्ड है, ठीक है? अगर उस टास्क का प्रेजेंटेशन शेड्यूल नहीं होगा तो फिर तुम्हें नहीं मालूम पड़ेगा वो, और मतलब
ओके सर।
मुझे नहीं मालूम पड़ेगा, ठीक है? क्योंकि मैं ये नहीं देख सकता तुमको कितने टास्क मिले, मैं सिर्फ ये देख सकता हूँ तुम्हारे कितने टास्क शेड्यूल्ड है। और क्योंकि यहाँ पे मतलब अभिषेक गुप्ता नाम के बहुत सारे लोग हैं, ठीक है? तो मुझे टोटल 24 दिख रहे हैं, और जो कि मतलब सही नहीं है, राइट?
ओके सर।
या सो एक्चुअली तुम टेक्निकल सपोर्ट चैट में पूछ सकते हो उनको, ठीक है? बट
ओके।
एक बार अगर मैं अपने लिस्ट देख के बता देता हूँ, अभिषेक गुप्ता फ्रॉम डिजिटल मार्केटिंग यूजिंग फेसबुक ग्राफ एपीआई एक्सप्लोर टू रिट्रीव इनसाइट डेटा, ये तुमने कर लिया आज, ठीक है?
ओके सर।
उसके बाद आइडेंटिफाई एक्सप्लोर डिजिटल मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटेजी फॉर फूड टेक एंड बिजनेस।
यस सर, ये भी कर।
या
ये
फिर बताइए फुल स्टैक टीम का। सो तुम इसके लिए ही ये शेड्यूल दो अभी, ठीक है? दो के लिए मेरी लिस्ट के अंदर शेड्यूल दो, ठीक है? तो बाकी के लिए तुमको शेड्यूल करना होगा, या फिर अगर तुमको कंप्लीशन लेटर चाहिए तुम टेक्निकल सपोर्ट चैनल में उनको पूछो कि क्या तुम बहुत सारे मतलब बोल रहे मल्टीपल प्रेजेंटेशन दे सकते हो, नहीं दे सकते हो? अगर
यस सर,
उन्होंने बोला कि
रितेश
तुम,
सर से बात की थी तो उन्होंने आपसे बोला था कि तुम प्रेजेंटेशन दे देना एक बार तो।
या ठीक है, तो फिर तुम दे देना। अगर तुमने उनसे बात किया है तो तुम प्रेजेंटेशन दे सकते हो जब तुम्हारा को ये हो जाएगा तो। बट प्रेजेंटेशन पे इम्प्रूवमेंट करो, ठीक है? ऐसे प्रेजेंटेशन नहीं चलेंगे, क्योंकि अगर तुम्हारा स्कोर 80% से नहीं रहा तुमको सर्टिफिकेट वैसे भी नहीं मिलेगा, ठीक है? सो वर्क करो तुम उसके ऊपर। अभी जैसे देखो तुमने क्यूए नहीं डाला, और एंडिंग भी तुम्हारा सही नहीं है, तो ये तुमने बेकार में मार्क्स देखो लूज किए, ठीक है? तो इम्प्रूव करो उसके ऊपर, और कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स को इम्प्रूव करो।
ओके।
या ओके, थैंक
थैंक यू।
यू अभिषेक। Then we have Arun Acharya. Yeah, Arun. You are not audible actually. No, you are not audible. Check if you are using the right mic for, like, in Zoom settings, see what mic you are using. Okay, Arun, then you can stop for now. I will move on to Tejal and then you can continue. Yeah, Arun, wait, I will continue with the Tejal for now. Yeah, Tejal.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible. You have presentation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we can start with the presentation.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tejal Patil, and I'm from Android App Development Group. My task name is creating a simple line chart using Adalo app. So, in the introduction, we have already seen the various app features of Adalo. So, we are going to today focus on the data visualization features provided by Adalo, and we are going to create the simple line chart using Adalo. So first we will see charts using stock application. So this is a candlesticks patterns. This is most used charts in a stock application, and it is invented in Japan. And you will see this is a first image of stock candlestick pattern. In the first image, you can see it represents high price, open price, close price, and low price of stock data. It has a wide part, it called a real body, and when it is filled or in black, you can see the close price is lower than open price, and when it is empty, the close price are higher than open price. So when you use the stock application, you can see the candlestick pattern like this. So line chart. This is a simple line chart. It represents the only closing price of the stock data. It will not show the high, low, and open price of the stock application. This is the simple and easiest way to understand the stock application because it loses the complication involved in a candlestick pattern. So I have created a simple line chart using Adalo application. So we will look this. So this is Adalo application. We have already seen the various components provided by Adalo. When we scroll it down, you see the explore marketplace option. When you click this, you will see many and more components provided by Adalo. So I have used the chart kit features provided by Adalo. When you click on so this is a chart kit. It has line, bar, and pie charts. So I have already installed it. So in my database, this is stock data. It has following properties. It has date, closing price, and the volume. When we look at this, it will show the date, close price of data, volume, and ID. When we click on preview, we will see the stock line chart. It in the y-axis it will show the closing price of stock data, and in the x-axis it show the date of the stock application. It will show the date of the data. So this is I have taken the screenshot of the line chart. So this is a line chart created by Adalo. So at the conclusion, we see the line chart using Adalo. It will only show the closing price of the data. So it will reduce noise, and because it will not show the open, high, and low price of the stock data. So line charts are very popular with investors and traders because closing price are common snapshot of security activity. So these are the references link that I have referred for this project. So if you want to ask any question, you can. And if you want to contact me, this is the email ID. Thank you.
Okay, so I hope you are done with your presentation.
Yes, sir.
Okay, see, really well done demonstration. Okay, so but when it comes to presentation, it was okay. You can improve a lot, I would say. But the demonstration was really good in this one. The PPT was also fine. Can you go back to few slides? Yeah, so go to slide number 6. So what is this chart?
This is a line chart.
But for what? What data or what have you plotted?
It is a stock price data and it has various value, but line chart will show the closing price of the data. So I have selected for y-axis the close price, and in the x-axis I have selected the date, the stock data.
Okay. So go back to previous slide. Go back. Go back. Yeah. So here you are like giving some intro on the candlestick, right?
Yes, sir.
But your task was for the line chart.
Yes, sir. Because it involved high price, open price, close price, and low price. But line chart is very different from the candlestick. So because it also used in the stock data, so I think this also important. So I have added this.
Okay, okay, no issues. But as you can see, you need to work on your PPT content. Okay, presentation was good. You have like keep it all together. You explained what is candlestick, and then you moved on to line chart. So that is good. With respect to your explanation skill, it was good. But you need to work on your content. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Also, like with a better story, you can like put everything together. So work on your story part. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, you
Okay.
start by giving a scenario like when we are switching from candlestick to line, or let us say you have candlestick, so why candlestick, and
Hmm.
then why line chart. So you can make a story or scenario out of it, then it will make more sense, right?
Okay, sir.
And also work on the formatting. See, for the design is good, but the formatting is not good, right?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Other than that, this is fine. Yeah, so we can stop this tension now. Arun, I will come to you. Just give me 1 second, then we will start. Yeah. So Arun, Acharya.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible, but you're audible now.
Okay, sir. Good,
You have
good evening, sir. I
yeah.
am Arun Acharya, and
Uh,
I have been allotted a task, Doctor Search website, and it is my first presentation. So I'm going to share my screen.
yeah, sure.
So, is my screen visible?
Yeah, it is visible.
Okay, sir. So here's the introduction part. Actually, what is the agenda of this PPT? We will be seeing in this introduction. Why is finding the right doctor is important? Introducing Doctor Search website, key features and benefits of, and then conclusion. First of all, we'll think what is Doctor Search site and how important. And we will be seeing in this PPT what are the features and benefits of this. Like find why finding the right doctor is important. Finding the right doctor or searching for a doctor is important because it is time consuming. If we just go in a big city like Delhi, Bangalore, and some kind of metro city, so there are so many doctors, and which kind of doctor we want and what are the experiences of the doctor. So it is important in this manner. Key features. So there are databases in which we can insert doctors, specialties, and their details like contact information and in which hospital they are working. User can access detailed profile of doctors, including their specialties, qualifications, experiences, and many things. Search filters like patient can write description about the sufferings, like what they are going through. Benefits of using doctor search website. It is actually time saving and comprehensive information. Doctor search provide comprehensive information about doctors, including their specialties, qualification, details, and images with their images. And it can be also, we can also integrate in this gender वगैरह. Like if a girl faces some problem which cannot be demonstrated in front of a male doctor, then she can directly increase confidence. This is a small introduction or visualization of the doctor website. Loading. This is how it looks. We can write here the description. If I submit button, this will be the description. I am suffering from birth. Can search doctor area, yeah, in which area I want. And this is the doctor category. If we click the doctor's name to the doctor's profile, we can get the information of the doctor. This is the nav bar. This will be the database. I have not added so much of data yet, but I will. It is for the small demonstration. This is the databases. Database name is doctor and table name is doctors. It is a small demonstration of code. This code, this front-end UI is made using Figma, which is a user interface design, which is for user interface design. And this CSS code, all CSS code, is exported with the help of Locofy AI. Obviously, this is 700 line of codes. If we try to write, this will be so time consuming. So we use Figma AI and Locofy AI. So references YouTube, ChatGPT, and W3 schools. Conclusion. So conclusion is this, that doctor search website is valuable tool for everyone. Like finding a right doctor with its database, it save our time and it can be helpful in the form like what doctor we want. For inquiries and any questions, this is my email and this is my LinkedIn profile. Thank you.
Okay, I hope you are done with your presentation.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, your the way you have given your presentation. Okay, so I can see that you have tried, but it was not well executed. Okay, so work on your presentation skills. Try to be more specific on like your topics when you are saying. So let us say the front end part, Figma part, and everything you did explain, but it was like not in depth. We need more in depth content when you are explaining things. And
Okay, sir.
the story was like, your overall structure of your presentation was good, but you need to add like, some kind of scenarios. Scenario you have given was good, but I think the way you have given your scenario, it looked like it was the base of like, present. It was your task. Your task was to create a like, doctor search website, but in the presentation you have mentioned like about various like, benefits of doctor search. So it is good that you are mentioning it, but mention more like, you are a developer, mention more on the technical terms, right? So technically how in the conclusion part, there is like, mostly benefits of doctor search. In conclusion, add like what challenges you faced, and like, what like, conclusion you are getting out of that. What are the result you are getting? So let us say when you enter a data and then you are getting some kind of output, how like, if you are getting, then how, what are those output? You can like, just make a recap on your presentation. So let us say in your demonstration, see, your demonstration was also not well done. Be more specific, like, explain everything that you have done in your demonstration. That is the point of demonstration. Because if you don't like, tell me what you have done, I will never know what you have actually done, right? So you need to tell me, you need to explain me everything that you have done in your demonstration. Everything should be included, and it should be included in such a way that it goes well with your presentation, as well as you are able to explain everything, right? Because if you have put in your hard work and you are not able to explain it properly, it will like, go to waste, right? So work on your project demonstration skills. It was good. It was an innovative idea of adding description of like what kind of problems we, like, user is going through, but you deviated from the path of what was like, the task given to you, that was to create a single page standalone website. We don't need like, new pages for that, right? So what you can do is you can be more innovative, and when you have a like, let us say your condition is to create a single page website. So instead of going on a new like, page, you can make a pop-up that will show the like, the form in the same page itself, right? A pop-up like thing. In
Okay,
HTML
sir.
there is new dialog button or something like that. Okay, so
Yes,
you
sir.
can research on that, what is that, or using JavaScript, you can also achieve that thing. So try to go that way. And when you are giving like, your like project demonstration in a YouTube playlist that you have watched as a reference, you must have seen like, what we are expecting to like, give the input, and you are getting a doctor data. It should be in a new division. It should be horizontally like, floating left, right? So focus more on that also. It's good that you have description. You can say this is like, I have added an extra feature, but you have to add the extra feature in such a way that you are able to accomplish what you are told, as well as you are able to show like your innovations, right? So that can be done. Let us say you have two inputs that can take area and specialties, and get like, the when you click on the search button, it is showing the list of doctor. That's it, that is your task, right? But if you want to show more, then you can say like, add a button below your result section that will say not sure, be more specific. When I click on that button, I will get that form, and then based on my input, I will get much more better like, let us say the recommendation for doctor. That is, let us say if I have you have like, enter description is fever, right? So instead of like, just putting area and specialty, you can be more like, specific. Let us say what is the second. So let us say if a doctor is doctor has like, seen a lot of patient for the fever, you can add a new like, column in the doctor's table, and then based on the description you can like, filter the doctors, right? So that can be done. So it was a good innovation from your side. So task demonstration, it was not well done, but it was well executed. Okay. So task demonstration was really great, but work on your presentation skills. Okay.
Okay, sir. It was my first presentation, so I was just
Yeah,
little bit.
sure, no issues. But see, you have innovation, but you need to learn how to execute things. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Because if you will execute it correctly, it will show all the hard work that you have put in, right? If you are not able to execute, then it will all go to waste. And that is the truth. because we are doing an online internship. I can't come and regularly check your laptop or computer what you are actually doing, right? So maybe you are just copied it, or maybe I can say that you have copied it. I can say it, right? Because and you don't have any way to prove it to me, right? Because
Yes.
there is whatever you have done, someone has already done it, and that is the internet. Okay, whatever idea you have, you search it in the Google, you will find something similar, right? So you need to learn how to explain things. That will be be more better for you. Okay. And there was some background noise on also your internet was not really properly working. It's not
I'm
fluctuating.
in rural area, that's why.
Yeah, sure. But I can hear what you are saying, but your camera was little laggy. So also try to fix it, else it is okay.
Okay,
Yeah, thank
I'll
you.
try, sir.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
sir.
Okay, then we can move on to Yash Shabi. You have said you have a query. You can ask.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a query. Like the task has been allocated to me, but actually I have done with the exam right now. So I today is the last day to submit the task one. So
Can
I
you
am
drop,
not able to find where to upload. Like the chat support is also like it has a time 10 to 6. So where to sir upload? Can you please guide me?
can you turn your cam on first? Hello? Yeah. So are you from which group?
Sir, I am from Java group, sir. Java.
And when did you join?
Sir, the official way I have to join from 1st June.
Okay. So you can go to support@hackweather.in. Okay. Enter your name, enter your joining date, and then enter your group name. Okay.
Can you, sir, please write in this chat box, sir?
Yeah, I will enter it. So support@hackweather.in. Yeah. So you can email it your task to in this email. Okay, support@hackweather.in. You can enter your name and your domain, your joining date, and then the name of your task. And then if you have code files, make a GitHub profile, make a public repository, and then share the link of that repository. Or you can also create a video recording of you executing your task, showing the output, and make it upload it in the Google Drive or somewhere you want, make the public link and share it. Okay, so that's it. That is all you need to do. And then to get score for that, you need to schedule for a presentation. In presentation you will give the task demonstration, and you will get score for the demonstration. Okay. Yeah, so is your query now resolved?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Query has been resolved, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Yash. Then we can end the session because there are no more interns right now. I think all the presentation are done and all the general queries are now resolved. So thank you for joining. If you have any more queries, you can write us on the support routine or technical. So we'll end the session today. Thank you for joining.